I have a dream, oh, I have a dream. Red, white, and blue, fly free, fly free. I believe, oh, I believe. Will you dream with me?
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Changing Times. I am Louie Michael. I am filling in today for Mr. Lynn Morris. As most of you can tell, I am not Lynn Morris, just in case if you were wondering. Lynn is off today. He's got some Christmas activities with the county that he's taking care of, and he's sorry he couldn't be here, but he called me and asked me if I would co-host with the Miss Beautiful Dawn over here. So welcome to Changing Times. We've got a great show for you today. We've got Adam of Adam and Faith with us today. And again, we're talking about real issues and real discussions. And by golly, it's Christmas time. We're excited. We're going to have a Christmas show today. We're going to have a few Christmas songs for you. And we're just going to have a great time. So if you haven't called in yet, be sure to do that. Oh, wait a minute. We can't do that. But we're going to do that soon. Lynn always talks about this. Someday we're going to have a phone system where people can call in and ask questions and interact with us. So hopefully one of these days soon that will happen. But I'm glad to be here. And how are you this morning, Dawn?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. Lynn's actually doing something really exciting and kind of secretive, but it'll come out after our show airs. So he's with someone very special today.
Yeah. You know anything about it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I was left out. I thought he was shopping or something for his wife.
Well, I'll just go ahead and say because we're at the time, but he's with the governor today.
Oh, yes. I think he mentioned something last week. Well, being with us or the governor, I guess that was kind of a no-brainer, huh?
He would be at all places if he could. So, but I am so excited to have Adam here today. So Faith couldn't make it, and she's really sorry that she couldn't make it today, but we're going to have her back on in 2023. And I'm going to hold her to being a substitute co-host, either with you or with Lynn and I. So we now have another person that's willing to come in if we need a big personality to step in.
When you say big.
You know, big personality.
Oh, big personality. Okay. I'm working on that weight.
Me too.
Maybe next year. No, that'll be great. I was looking forward to meeting her and Adam both, and I've heard a lot of great things about you. Matter of fact, the last 3 or 4 shows we've been in here, they've mentioned you guys and your music and your talents and all that good stuff. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us your name and where you're from and your social security number
Yeah.
blood type, all that stuff.
My name's Adam Grimes. I'm from Rogersville, Missouri. Grew up in Bruner out on the countryside on a big farm.
A lot of people won't know where Bruner's at.
I know. It's kind of a hidden gem. Grew up next to the Finley River.
Yeah.
A lot of family land out there. So it's a really great spot. But I'm a singer, songwriter, producer, engineer, photographer, videographer, anything creative, just put it in front of me and I'll figure it out. So that's what makes me happy. But I went to school for musical theater. So I have a BFA in musical theater. I lived in Los Angeles for a year and then moved out to New York City for 3 years. Performed a lot of off-Broadway stuff, had my own shows, played with a lot of bands, had some Broadway people sing some of my music because I also compose as well. And then COVID shut down New York for a while.
What?
I know, right? This crazy.
We heard about that.
Crazy pandemic, global pandemic. So I came back here after a month of the lockdown. Was like, I think I'll go be on a farm with some fresh air as opposed to.
If I'm going to be locked up, I might as well be at home.
Exactly, next to animals and not in a 800 square foot apartment. So I came back about 2.5 years ago or 2 years ago. Yeah, I guess 2 years ago now. I've just been doing the music thing here. Started a band with Faith Morgan, who's now Faith Zimmer, and then got in contact with Sam Zimmer and put 2 and 2 together.
So you're the matchmaker.
I am the matchmaker.
Man.
I have a trend of doing that in life.
There's like a Broadway song that has matchmaker in it.
Yeah, no, matchmaker.
Oh, hey, that's the one.
That's the one. Yeah,
make me a match.
That's what my degree is good for, right? Just
exactly
knowing Broadway songs.
Well, and for me, I got super excited because I know Lynn and met somebody else. They knew Faith. Faith knew Adam, and Adam actually helped record the song that we've opened up this show, almost 100 episodes. So we could not have done that song without Adam. So he was the sound engineer.
Mm-hmm.
God has a way of just putting together the pieces when we're least suspecting. He knows what we're going to face next week, next year, next month.
And I remember telling Adam, man, Faith, she is just amazing. And she's single. And he's like, I got a friend.
Yeah. Yeah. I was recording with her.
Now, what song did she come up with the first time that they met?
Yeah, she has a song on her individual, which we're going to re-release under Adamant Faith, but it's called Suddenly. And so I was recording a song with her that we were going to shoot a little video for prior to the band coming together. And Sam was coming over later that afternoon to record, to just jam, bluegrass jam. And we were sitting in the studio and I was like, oh yeah, my friend Sam's going to come. You guys are going to get married. And I just like stood up from the desk and I kind of started pacing because I just like it all fit together. And she was kind of
see it happening.
Yeah,
huh?
she was kind of looking at me like, wait, you're being a little crazy here. And sure enough, he came over a couple hours later. She was still there. And then we just, the bluegrass jam out of the way, went to the river, and they just walked away and ended up becoming best friends, and then spent every day since, and got married 6 months later. It's like a
having a musical
crazy love story.
You'll get this because you have a musical mind too. You both do. But it's like when people start talking about certain things, I think of certain artists or entertainers or things, and I piece things together. It's like I love numbers and stuff and how they fit together and people. And so you're mentioning Suddenly, Sam. To me, that combination was, are you old enough to know Olivia Newton-John?
Oh, yeah.
She had a song called Sam. Mm-hmm. She had one called Suddenly.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, I don't know where I was going with that, but my mind went to Olivia Newton-John. It does that often.
Yeah, she's great. It's a good one to go to.
Well, God putting everything together with them and coming together as a band, like Faith has an anointing, Adam has an anointing, where they're going to go. I'm so excited they're on the show because I know they're going to be like big time stars, like just big name. And
it sounds like you're putting in your time right now. You're writing,
Yes.
You're doing all the things you need to be doing to lay the foundation to get to that next level.
Yeah.
And then the next point. So what is on the radar for you right now in 2023?
Yeah, so we have been putting up a video every week for our Facebook page, YouTube, and then I'm running more so like the TikTok account, just anything and everything to just kind of get our names out there, get our faces out there. So yeah, we made a pact last March. Every Friday we have to put up a video, no matter the quality, no matter how busy we are, and we stuck to it. So we did
Discipline
since March. Yeah, we've done a video even through sickness, through everything. We got to do it. Faith almost passed out one time during a set just because she was like blood sugar low, so tired. And she was like, we got to get this video done. And we did it. And so Christmas, we've done 2 videos a week. So next year, we had a goal meeting a couple weeks ago and just kind of talked about things that we want to continue. And we're wanting to continue with the music video every Friday. We're also wanting to start releasing a single every month. So we definitely have our work in front of us.
That's great.
Yeah, we're starting to look at some in-home like house tours in the area because we've read a book on setting up house tours just to kind of get your name out there and build a community feel.
Explain to people what a house tour is.
Yeah, so you find people in the area that you know and love, that have a lot of close friends that have a space where they can host you, and you go in and you set up your band and you have people come in, you print out flyers and everything, have your song list, and then you, after everyone's kind of mingled for an hour, you have everyone sit down and you put on a show for them and just say, this is what we're about, this is who we are, this is our music. Everyone sits and you have a really intimate, nice concert for close friends that will support you. And
which would be great for people if they're having a little party or a little get together. They want to have somebody out to their shop, or if it's summertime, outdoors to their patio or pool area or whatever. It'd be great.
Yeah, it's a great way to network, and it's just something that doesn't happen super often. And I know if I was ever invited to a house party where they were having a live music concert, I would be, absolutely, I'll be there. So it's a cool experience that people get to have that's not super common. And as the pandemic's over, like ending, it's definitely a time where, we can start doing those things again without, the fear of people getting sick and everything. So, yeah.
Right.
Well, Len and I went to a backyard concert that they had, and it was so intimate. It was just their performance. It was just such quality and all over from, you have the bluegrass, you have just the different, style and taste in there. And it was a lot of fun. It was a beautiful night too.
Mm-hmm.
So
if people want to book a house party, or they want to book you to their venue or whatever they've got coming up, how would they reach you?
Yeah, so we have our Facebook Messenger is a great way that people connect to us. We also have adamantfaithband@gmail.com. But any social media, if you find us and send us a message, we'll be able to, I mean, we see the messages and we try to respond as quickly as possible between the three of us. But yeah,
So if we punch in Adam and Faith on Facebook or
Mhm.
TikTok or whatever, we're going to find you.
Yep. Adamant Faith or Adamant Faith Band. It should pop
See, I
up.
keep saying Adam and Faith.
I know.
So
It's Adam, I know.
Adamant.
That was my joke. It was she was like, "What should our band name be?" And I was like, "What about Adamant Faith?" And she rolled her eyes and was like, "Absolutely not." And we kept thinking of names, and I was like, "It's so funny though." And then like I kept bringing it up to friends, like, "What do you think of Adamant Faith?" And they're like, "That's hilarious." And so
It's perfect.
finally she caved and was like, "Okay." And I'm like, "Well, it's also like it's very telling, it's like that withholding constant like faith that it will happen, that things will come from it." And so it's just it's a very fitting name for because we've known each other. I met her 7 years ago. She was playing at MSU and she got up and performed, and the first note out of her mouth, I was like, "Who is this girl? Who is this?" I was like asking everyone around me, "Who is this?" And then they told me, and I reached out and we got together and played songs for each other for like 2 hours. Just said, "Your turn, your turn, your turn." And then we stayed in contact and sent each other like a song a week for 7 years, basically.
So people don't realize that aren't in the music business or not musically inclined, how people that think on those wavelengths or think about music and live music wake up and can't wait to meet somebody else that loves what they love. Or I love, every time I'm near a piano, first thing I do is sit down and go, okay, I'm going to play a piece by Frédéric Chopin. I can't play, but I would like to.
Yeah.
But I ask somebody else to. No, but just having that communication of music that you love and being able to visit with somebody about those things or even sing with them is even better. So that's a really cool relationship you have with her there.
Yeah, it's definitely hard to find people that have a similar music brain. And Faith she's like if I was a female, it's like how I think I would write, because it's like she'll be playing a new song and I'll just start harmonizing with her. It's like I can guess what she's going to do next, just because we write so similarly but so differently at the same time, that we can just kind of like pick up what each other is coming up with. And I've never met someone that I've been able to do that with. So
that's how these
really
relationships
fun.
are made in the music business. It's like a lot of these publishing companies that people don't realize that the publishing companies in Nashville and different places, they hire guys to come in and work 8 to 5 every day. They sit down at a desk and that's their job, is to write. Next thing you know, they meet other people in the office that have similar likes. They find somebody that gets in that groove with them, that thinks like they do and can write the next note. Next thing you know, you've got these huge hits being poured out by these songwriter duos, like Lieber and Stroller wrote for Elvis and everything. Yeah. There's some people that just jive and they get each other, not in a personal way, but it's a music connection, which is really cool to watch.
And Adam has this skill set that he can take Faith and he can make her be the harmony, the melody. It'll sound like 3 different people, but he'll have it. It's like, no, that's just her in the background of herself. And I'm like, that's so cool. The technology,
layering her vocals.
Yeah. Production. And because she has a degree in choral composition. And so her brain with background vocals and the choral side of it is just so over the top of what I can do. But I'm good at kind of the pop background vocals. So we kind of come together and, I'll be like, "Oh, you should do like da da da," and she's like, "Oh, what if I did da da da?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's better." And then we just kind of collaborate. So it's super fun. We just kind of get in a little vortex producing together where we're like, "Oh, it's been 3 hours. You should probably go. You have like 5 things to do today." And
what a great way to spend time.
Oh yeah, it's good. It's fun. I'm very blessed.
Do you think we should pull up a song?
Yeah, absolutely.
So
would you like to sing one for us?
We have Christmas with You.
Yeah, we have a video we're getting ready to play.
That's our new single. So it's on Spotify and Apple Music and everything. And I wrote this one. And yeah, it's one of his favorites so far.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Ooh, goosebumps.
phenomenal.
Wow.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'm impressed.
Thank you.
That's got such a commercial feel to it as well. And not knocking your vocals at all, because they're all superb and right on. But as you know, a lot of people make it by other people recording their
Mhm.
songs, and that should be shopped
Oh.
for next season.
Thank you.
Somebody needs that, whether the record label hears it and loves you, which is possible, or they put it with somebody else.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's kind of
Makes your
like,
wheels spin, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, I'm sitting here thinking about that. I can hear a lot of different voices on it and stuff, and it's even got a Vince Gill feel,
Mhm.
which your voice
love
resonates
Vince
like
Gill.
his. And
Mhm.
And Louie knows people. Who
yeah,
knows people?
I can't promise anything, but seriously, it's got a beautiful feel to it, and it's just so soft and tender and
And so
um,
genuine and just
genuine.
like ease. Like they just made it because of their talents. It's
Mhm.
just carved out and beautiful for the world to enjoy.
Yeah, and the world should enjoy it. It's
Yeah.
great. I'd love to share it on my page and stuff.
Oh yeah, it's fun. That's definitely like a world we're kind of getting into. It's just there's so much to music business that I feel like a lot of people don't understand. So it's like not only the production and the recording and the rehearsal and then the video and the photography, but then it's also like when you want to get to the level of shopping things and sending things, it's like knowing who to send and when to send and how to send things in a package to like get it in front of people. And it's definitely something that we've considered and been looking into, but at this point it's all just a learning game. So with every step you take, it's you learn 5 things, and then the next project you hope it's better with those 5 things you learned. And
Absolutely.
so that's definitely, but yeah, I wrote that one. Actually, I kind of wrote that one about it was like a combination. It was like Faith and Sam were just about to get married, and so there was part of me that was like, I kind of want to write this like with them in mind. So it was kind of like with their relationship, but also I kind of wrote that one about God a little bit.
Mhm.
And so it's just like, you're the reason for the season. It's true. Like, so it was kind of a mix of like,
Sure.
though the year behind me has been so bitter, I wouldn't dare complain because you always meet me in the middle. So with you on this Christmas, I'll stay. So it's like, no matter, I know I got chills too. So yeah, it's just like, no matter what, God's always there for you and he's always with you. And yeah, it is kind of like, but it's also a love song because like you can sing that to a partner.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I sent that to Faith, and she
It's
messaged me and was like, "Did you?"
Teary-eyed, Louie. I like got the Christmas.
Speaking of
spirit.
Faith, it ought to be sent to Tim and Faith.
Yeah, she was like,
They do this.
Oh, yeah.
yeah." She was like, "Did you write this?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "I literally thought this was a classic Christmas song that you just found and did like a recording of." I was like, "No, I
What a
wrote this one."
compliment.
I know, right? I was like, "Faith."
Well,
Thank
keep doing
you.
what you're doing, because it takes those things, and it's those one connections that you meet somebody, whether it's today, tomorrow, or next year, that get you to that next level. And right now the music business isn't anywhere near what it used to be. You've got people like Justin Timberlake, who's said he'll never record another album. They don't have to. They can release their own music
Mhm.
now. They really don't need the record labels like they used to. And so you've got all these free tools at your disposal that it's up to you if you want to promote yourself and get yourself to the next level.
Yeah.
You don't always need those record labels, but when they start seeing you have 10 million plays,
Mhm.
they take notice and they go, wait a minute, this guy has something. And then you get management picking you up and somebody pushing you. But
Yeah.
even a publishing deal, I'm surprised you don't have a publishing deal with somebody.
They've only started. The band's been going for how long now?
We kind of decided that it like let's she was thinking about it, okay, let's do it. And I was like, okay. So that was like established probably not this last July, but July of 2021. We had our first show of like, this is who we are, to close friends and family, just to kind of get a response and hear what people had to say.
Yeah.
In November of 2021. And then we didn't start really like hitting the ground with videos and content and everything till March. And so I told you earlier, we went from like 200 followers last March to 1,300 on
Makes
Facebook.
you feel good, doesn't it?
It's nice, it's definitely, it's slow and steady wins the race. And so,
That's right.
it's 2022. And so in your brain, sometimes you're like, I want to go viral. I want something to really pop off, but it doesn't always happen like that.
That's
But
God's timing.
I know, but it's also, it's better to build a strong community of solid supporters
Mhm.
than to have one song that goes viral, and then those people are like,
A
well,
one-time deal.
yeah, I saw you and I liked it, but now the stuff you put out, I don't really care about you. You know, as opposed to the people that are like, I've liked and followed every video that you've done and seen the progression.
It's me, true
And so-
fan over here.
Yeah, so you
Yeah.
have those core people that are always, you know, we're at the point now where like Facebook, we have top fans that'll post things, and it's cool to be like, you're there from the beginning. So like no matter where this goes, we'll always look back and see those people and be like, you've been there from the start, and like we appreciate you, we recognize you, and
You got a great head on your shoulders, and it seems like you've got a lot of faith, not just the other faith.
yeah.
But I often talk about somebody very close to me, a guy named Brandon Mashburn. I don't know if you know him or not.
Mhm.
He's from Springfield, Missouri, right here. And then things happen. I love to see things progress. And we've all worked in the music business, worked around a lot of different people and seen successes. Brandon's one of those people. He and I are both cousins. We found out we were related. We're not by marriage, but we're cousins, but they're divorced. The family's divorced and all that. We just met about, I don't know, 6 or 7 years ago working on a little tour. But Brandon is an exceptional producer, writer, artist, and he's the one who produced and wrote 98 Degrees' brand new hit that they had this last year. And so it went double platinum.
It's amazing.
So here he is, this kid from Springfield, Missouri, who is an exceptional talent like yourself, has a double platinum he's a double platinum selling writer and producer now. So, and I say that to brag on him a little bit too, because I like him, but also to give you hope and to
Yeah.
give you, you know, the sense of, it doesn't matter where you're from. You can be from Bruner, Missouri, Bodark. It doesn't matter. If you have the talent and the desire and the drive to do it and get your stuff in front of people, you can make it anywhere.
Mhm.
You can do anything you want to do. Those success stories are a dime a dozen. I know they're out there everywhere, but always have hope and always give glory to God.
And that's the thing, when you give glory to God, he's going to burst something and he's going to open the doors, and he is going to do something that you can't stop, because it's a force that you can't stop when the Lord's behind it. Well, it's time for our break. And I want to talk about your nonprofit right away, because what struck with me with this was not just the song, but we talked, you know, that Christmas is a hard time for people.
Absolutely.
And keeping your mind and eyes focused back on the real reason of the season, which should be 365. You know, what was that line in the song just about coming together and melting in, you know, pressing into the Lord? What was that line
Oh,
there?
yeah.
I know,
Put you on the spot.
Totally on the spot.
I know. I have to think of the words. Oh man.
Well, just in that song, it hit me, and it made me think about, one, how we can't give up, how we have to choose to, you know, keep going forward. And so talk about your nonprofit, because I love your heart, and I feel like music reaches people in ways with touching the part of them that needs to have some joy again. So
Well, music's a big part of why I'm even here. I mean, really, to be honest with you, I've always told everybody, and I know I've mentioned this before, it was God, Elvis, and baseball that kept me alive. And after I had tried to take my life as a teenager, I went into, I hurt myself. I was playing baseball and was going to sign a professional contract and got hurt, never got to do that. So the next best thing I did was what anybody would do. I became an Elvis impersonator, and which was the next logical step.
Yeah.
But I loved Elvis. I loved to entertain. So that actually opened up a lot of doors for me. And I met my wife in Chicago in 1990 while I was doing Elvis up there. And I was just a teenager. I was 19 years old, but had gone through a lot and tried to take my life. And from then on out, I had a wonderful relationship with my wife. I still do. I've got 2 beautiful daughters that
you're
are grown.
blessed.
I'm very blessed. I sat there and cried the other day just looking at her, just because she stood by me when I was a jerk, when I wasn't a jerk. You know, no relationship is ever easy at all. And some work, some don't. And I've been fortunate to have somebody that stood beside me and knew every moment that I was down, especially when I was really down, was going to nearly take my life, even after I had children and stuff. But they were always my reason to live. And God has blessed me in so many ways. And I always look to God for that strength and courage to keep going to another day. We just lost an entertainer the other day, that Twitch that was on the Ellen show, and dancer and stuff that nobody, we talked about it this morning at the dentist's office. Nobody ever, you know, it's like, how does this happen? We saw no signs. But unfortunately, it's those people that are always up all the time, the Robin Williams of the world and different ones, that we try to please everybody and we want everybody happy and we're always up. And I think I've gotten past that point of ever wanting to take my life. I try to stay up for everybody, but there are dark days that come along and they hurt. And so you just want to crawl under the blanket and stay there and hide from the world. But I want to give you encouragement that there is hope, and you've got to find that stopping mechanism in your life that keeps you from taking your life. And that's the big thing with choosing to live, neversuicide.org. I want to be that light. I want a place that people can go to and actually talk to somebody. I answer my phone. I answer emails. I get them all the time of people that are in that desperate place that feel like they need to end their life to make things better, to make everything around them better for other people, which is the biggest misconception there is. If you take your life, you affect a minimum of 500 people. Whether you think you know people or not, you affect so many people, whether it's the trash man, whether it's your teacher, whether it's your mother, father, heaven forbid, your siblings, whatever, you affect so many people. So I call those the collateral damage that's left behind. And that's truly what it is. If you think about collateral damage, that an explosion happens and there's people all around that explosion, they may not die, but boy, they've got a lot of shrapnel and they're hurt. And this is what happens. People really are hurt by this. So you don't want to do that to your family. You don't want to hurt anybody else, your friends, anybody. So the choice is to live. Always choose to live. And get to that next point, get to tomorrow, because tomorrow's a new day. It may still be as bad as the day before, but I guarantee you one of these days is going to come along and things are going to be okay. I promise. It says in the Bible that this too shall pass, and everything is here to pass. So just hang in there and have that faith and know that things will get better.
Okay. Everyone needs to hear that. And it's why we need to keep sharing the message.
Yeah.
Because
and you're not alone. I mean, people look at me and they go, you get depressed? And I'm like, oh boy, what could I tell you? But there are days I still wake up, days in this month that I've woke up and I just know that I call it waking up. My mom used to say this, waking up in a different town. It's like you're in a strange place. It's like, I was just fine yesterday. What's going on today? And unfortunately, creative people really feel those. I don't know. I'm not speaking for Adam or anything. I don't know that, but some of us do. And a lot of the creative people that I work with, or even entertainers and stuff, you'd have no idea that they wake up depressed. You think their world is perfect, but it's not. Trust me. We all deal with something.
Well, we're honored that you're a sponsor and a co-host on our show, and it's turning into part of your show, which I'm so excited about.
I've had a blast.
Yes. And we just got to keep on presenting the message. And we have 2 other sponsors next week. We have Brad Pisteau, so he'll be on, and we're going to get
financial advisor.
Yes, we're going to get to interview him. He has the book Bulletproof, and he is the person people want to put their money with. And then you got to do the interview with Youngblood.
Yeah,
John Whitaker.
John Whitaker, and very nice gentleman. I really enjoyed getting to visit with him.
Yes, I was watching, and I was like, Louie's having a good time. So
we hit it off.
It was a good show.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, well, we really appreciate our sponsors. And so we're going to get back to our interview, and we're still looking for 2 more sponsors. If you're interested, you can reach out to me here on AMG.
Yeah, or if you're on my Facebook, I'm Louie Michael, or I've got louiemichael.com, neversuicide.org. Reach out to me, and I'll be sure to pass it to them. They'd be happy to have you, and I'm enjoying being able to be a co-host occasionally. Not that I want you guys sick or absent, but it's been nice to get the call to come in. I did forget one day, though. I was supposed to be here, and something happened. I think I was having one of those off days.
Well, we've got more music we could play.
Yeah, I'd love to hear more. Did you bring another song for us?
Yeah.
I really think if you get a chance, go to Adam and Faith, pull them up on Facebook, wherever you got to. I'm going to try to find it on my Facebook and share it as well. But really great music. I'm really impressed. That song really hit me.
Louie, you and me are those kind of people that we don't need someone to tell us that someone's talented.
Right.
We know when we meet that person
Absolutely.
that they have this talent that's going to be big talent. And I've known it since the moment I met them.
Yeah. And how old are you?
I'm 29.
Oh, he's still a baby.
Yeah.
Still
I look
a baby.
like I'm 18, but
Hey, don't knock that.
No, I'm very happy with it. So I get that comment.
I worked with a
quite
guy
lot.
when I was 16 at McDonald's. His name was Chris Hoffman, and he looked like he was 13. And today he's my age, 52, and he looks like he's 30.
Yeah.
So that's sucker.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Some people born with all the good looks, the young looks.
Well, tell us about the song you're about to play.
Yeah. So this one is this song is called Too Much. It's one Faith wrote, and she originally had written it on piano, and it was very folk, very singer-songwriter, chill. And I took it and was like, what if we produce this as a pop song?
You pepped it up a little bit?
I pepped it up a little bit. So this is one that I kind of threw in my pop chops, if
Nice.
you will. And so, yeah, we have an official music video for this one out. And this one was just super fun to do. The music video, we got a camera guy that had a lot of experience with videography. And we got this one professionally mastered by Metropolis Studios, which is like they work with, Adele and, all the big names.
Ooh.
So I know, right? So this one is Too Much, and I'm going to play it, see if this works.
All right. Now, how long ago did you do this one?
I can't point to namely what you took.
We did this one
I can point to
in October,
the
I
moment
believe.
when he left me in a single look. Yeah, he left just when I let you in. Oh, I let you see the side of me because I was just wondering what you do. Sure, naivety is all it was. Now I rather wish I thought this through. Cause now you know too much, oh, too much, yes, you do. Now you know too much, oh, too much, it's true, it's true. Oh, I mixed up my sugar and my salt, cause they just look so similar. I suppose one could say that it's my fault. I confuse water for vinegar. Well, I let you see the side of me because I was just wondering what you do. Sure, naivety is all it was. Now I rather wish I thought this through. Cause now you know too much, oh, too much, yes, you do. Now you know too much, oh, too much, it's true, it's true. Should've laid it low, but I let it spill. Well, now you know, but you bet I will clean this up and cut and run. Oh, this happens every time I confess my every crime. Strung up secrets come undone. And now you know too much, oh, too much, yes, you do. Now you know too much, oh, too much, yes, you do. I open up too much, oh, too much to you. I do. I open up too much to you.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Great job.
Yeah, they appreciate it.
Man, it's been a pleasure getting to visit with you today and meet you. And I've heard a lot about you already through Dawn, so it was nice to put a face with a name. And now I get to enjoy your music. I'll be able to look it up online.
Yeah, it's been great to be here. Yeah, she wrote that one about like oversharing with people when you accidentally are in a conversation. Faith has a habit of she'll be talking and then she'll say something. She's like, I probably shouldn't have said that, just because she gets so comfortable with people so fast that she's like, oh, I can relate to you, blah. And then she's like, oh, I probably should not have shared that.
Tell her there's nothing wrong with that.
I do that too.
Nothing wrong with
We all
that.
do.
I'm guilty of that. Sometimes my wife's like, did you have to tell him everything? It's like, it's just me. I just wear everything on my sleeve.
Well,
Yeah.
we're deep. You know, you can
Yeah.
either be superficial or you can go deep real quick.
That's
with
why I've never
someone.
hid my depression. I mean,
Yeah.
it would have been real easy to just mask over it, but man, what would that benefit me or anybody else? That's the key is, I want to talk about it because I want to help other people. So nothing wrong with talking a little too much sometimes. I
Yeah,
think.
right.
Well, we've got a couple minutes. Should we hit up a Elvis song?
Sure. You want to do Blue Christmas? Might as well. 'Tis the season.
It is the season.
We hope it works too. Our producers are working so hard to make sure all this works. Oh, hey, that sounds like it's going to work. The band's pretty good, isn't it? I'll have a blue Christmas without you. I'll be so blue just thinking about you. Man, I didn't know I was going to get back.
I know, right?
Decorations of red on a green Christmas tree. And you show me up. Won't be the same, dear, if you're not here with me. And when those blue snowflakes start falling, That's when those blue memories start calling. You'll be doing all right with your Christmas of white, but I'll have a blue Christmas. Man, I love hearing him sing. Yeah. Everybody dance.
You got to do the crooner talk.
Yeah. Oh, baby. You're gonna I got news for you, baby. I did 29 shows just like this. We got Adam and Faith, baby. Because I got to have faith. You'll be doing all right with your Christmas of white. Oh, but I'll have a blue Christmas. Oh, there it is. Thank you, Adam.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dawn.
That was so good. So fun.
What a great show. We had a great time today. Thank you all very much for being with us. Man, what do we got going on next week? What's next Wednesday?
Next week, we're having Brad Pistow.
Brad Pistow, that's right.
Yep, we're going to end the year talking about finances, which is probably where everybody needs to be thinking going into 2023 and making sure their money's safe and working for them and that they're not going to lose out, because it's been a hard season for a lot of people, Louie. I've had a lot of people reach out, and I'm actually going to go, I was going to tell you this after the show, but the other suicide organization has a young girl that her sister had committed suicide. She's 17 years old. We're going to provide Christmas for her today. And so we're going to go drop that off. We got that need that came in. But one really cool thing that happened is I had put out a couple months ago, does anybody want to help people with Christmas? And you never know if people are going to come through. And someone said, I'm going to come through and I'm going to help, about 5 families with Christmas. Well, months went by, and it's Christmas time now. And I just started getting, like, in one day, I got so many needs coming in, just like, lots of little kids, family sick, all the different things. And I had $620 show up from that person and one other person in that same, 30-minute span. And it was neat to see it go just right through my hands from, right where it needed to go. So I like the Christmas spirit this time of year.
That's what it should be about. Just helping other people. And if you don't know of anybody, just look around you. It doesn't take very much to look around and see what somebody might need, or maybe it's just a kind word, or going over and sweeping off their porch or something. It doesn't even take a gift necessarily. Just spend time with them and talk to them.
Yeah, it doesn't take much to open up your eyes and to do something. And then also we have this Arctic weather coming in. That's definitely what's coming up this next week on everybody's
mind. It's only going to be 20 below.
The last time it did that, I really felt like I was in the movie Frozen, and it was like everything was just freezing. So, it will pass. It will
pass. This too shall pass. Everything is here to pass. So I think that's going to be a wrap for today. So thank you guys again. Lynn, we miss you. Wish you were here. And I know you were missing us as well. Maybe not missing me, but missing Dawn. No, I'm just kidding. Lynn's a great guy, and he's always so cordial and very kind to me. And sometimes I don't think I deserve it, but I sure appreciate all of you.
Yeah. And just praise to the Lord for bringing us all together. And Adam, maybe we'll have you back on to co-host too. Maybe we can have you and Faith on. So
next time we'll both be here. That'll be the goal.
Hey, this time of year, it's kind of hit or miss with people being healthy. So we definitely don't want her bringing it out here, but we want her to get better, and we'll be praying for her, and hope you're better soon, Faith, if you happen to watch this. And we sure missed having you here today.
Yep. So go like Adam and Faith on Facebook, YouTube, and thank you for tuning in. So have a good day and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Miss the values, the old time family. They dream this land stays free under God, not tyranny. That's what it means to really dream. 1, 2, 3. Can I get a hoorah from a patriot like me? Can I get an amen? Do I hear a hallelujah? Can I get a hoorah from a patriot like me?